to another little mini chit chat video. Welcome back to another little mini reaction video. So this is actually going to be like a part two because I literally just finished with the first part of this video, and I was in the midst of preparing the video to re-upload it when I came across this. So apparently, so before we go ahead and get into that, let me do my intro. I'm so wound up. So let me go ahead and do my intro. I don't even remember my intro. I'm so focused. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my Purple Heart member gangs. You guys already started watching the video. Thank you guys so much for your support. Shout out to everyone who came through the last live. We really, really appreciate you guys. So before we go ahead and get into the video, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all of that good stuff. Join our channel, join the giveaway. We are doing the giveaway. I'll get into that in another video when I'm a lot calmer. You can watch the previous video. I did talk about the giveaway extensively. Told you guys what you needed to do, what will be given away, all that good stuff. So check out the last upload. Not this one, but the one before that. I talked about the giveaway a lot in that video. So definitely go ahead and check it out and take part if you guys if you feel that that's something that you want to do. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the video. I'm actually wanted to wait until some of you guys, more of you guys actually get in here. So you guys get in here because I don't want to continually play the video over and over and over. I kind of wanted to do like a one and done type of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait and see if we get more people. If not, I'm just gonna go ahead and play the video, and then we can talk about the video, his response, and in my opinion, lack thereof, a proper response to this type of situation. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play the clip of his response. And I also want to go ahead, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly on the screen, but they listed the ages of the people that were in the group chat. So I don't know if you can see it properly, probably not. So I'll go ahead and read out the ages for you guys. So we have a 27-year-old, another 27-year-old, a 24-year-old, another 24-year-old, a 29-year-old, a 28-year-old, a 35-year-old, and I believe the other person is 31. I don't see no kids. Where are the kids? He said they're kids. These are grown people. I've been living on my own since I was 17. You have somebody here that's like 35. I'm 47. That's not much older. I mean, that's not much younger than me. At 35, you're grown as heck. Where are the kids? So I'm going to go ahead and play the clip. You guys can take a listen to what he had to say. I'm going to go ahead. Don't tell me I can't play the clip now. That would be so embarrassing. I don't know what I did. Okay, I'm going to save it. Let me go ahead and save it. Let me go back. That's my bad. Okay. So hopefully I can play it over. Let me open this. Okay. But it's not playing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get that sorted out. That's crazy. Let me sort that out, and I'll come back on the live when I have the clip. But I will have the clip. I have it saved, so not to worry. I'm just going to go back into my download and figure out what the heck I did. Okay, we're back up and running. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the clip for you guys. And hopefully the people who left will come back so they get a chance to hear it. But I'm gonna go ahead and play it. But the reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their life. Okay, so there you guys have it. So basically, he's calling these grown adults kids, and that, there's just, this is more of like, remember when Trump said, oh, this is just locker room talk, this is just, how the guys kid around, we say grab them by the, what, it's just, it's just a little chit chat, we don't mean no harm. So I guess basically they're applying the same type of reasoning. Again, let me read out the ages: 27, 24, 29, 28, 35, and 31. I don't see no kids. What's a child? A minor. Anybody 12 and under, that's a child. These are grown people. So this is the problem right here. This is why they will never have any type of resolution to this type of stuff in the United States. This is another person higher up the food chain, right? At the very top of the food chain, who is basically saying, nothing to see here, move along. They didn't mean it. It's okay. They just talk like that. It's just, these are not kids. First of all, these are government employees, some of them, right? Sitting in certain positions within the government. Is that something that you're supposed to be talking about, like in a group chat with other professionals? You see, over here in Canada, if you get caught doing this, you lose everything. You lose your job, you lose your pension, you lose everything, right? Everything. Over there, it's it's just like, he didn't, like, who doesn't call them monkeys though? Wink wink, you know what I mean? And like, I mean, who doesn't say this type of stuff around the dinner table? Come on, guys, elbow elbow. You know what I mean? Like, we all say this type of stuff. That's what I get from the response of, oh, they're just kids. Like, I would hate to grow up in a country where your life gets ruined because you say something stupid, even if it's horribly offensive. What? This is why you can never get any resolution. And this is why they felt so emboldened and empowered to sit in their little group chat and call people monkeys and talk about gas chambers and talk about raping women and talk about slavery and talk about, and big up to the leaders. They shouted out the leaders. I'm sure he was one of them. Shouted out the leaders that they felt, fell in line with their ideology and was pro-slavery, basically racist, right? That's the word, racist. So this is why you will never have any type of resolution. I won't even play it again. You guys can see it on your own time. But I just had to come back and put some context to this stuff. I'm slowly losing my filter and my patience with this type of stuff. So if I come across a little bit more um irate this evening, I would say I apologize, but I don't really apologize. You can't, like, if you're dealing with this stuff daily, it gets to be a lot. It gets to be a lot, especially when you have like people in power who clearly endorse this type of behavior. This type of behavior is not going to stop. And I hope and pray that this sheds light for a lot of people, especially people who are on the fence about this type of stuff. When you hear about truck drivers getting lynched, or black men disappearing into woods and hanging themselves, wink wink, and these sundown towns, and you can't go here and do this because these people are going to get you this and that. This stuff is real, right? I had to let a colleague of mine know this very same thing. This stuff is real. It may not be real for you because you are on the other side, but this stuff is real for people. You have to look over your shoulder. You got to watch who's approaching you. You don't know what type of ideology they're coming to you with, right? Because of how you look and the melanin in your skin. You got all type of crazy, deranged, sick people in this world who, it's their time. Just in case we didn't know that, right? It's their time. And if you're a person of faith, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's their time to roam free, right? Because, yeah, it's their time. It's their season. So we have to be very aware of these type of people. They hide behind their badges and their name tags and their power and the authority granted to them, either through the people or granted to them through whatever means. These are people who are in charge of your lives. They make the decisions that affect your lives. And this is how they really feel. Stop trying to sugarcoat it to your children. When you talk to your children, be honest and straightforward, because the world is honest and straightforward. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I would do my daughter a disservice if I did. Tell them the truth, because the truth is being told in these chat messages and all this other stuff that's gonna come out in the future. And like I said before in my last video, whoever leaked this stuff was somebody who was in the chat and probably left the chat because they were disgusted with what was being talked about, or they stayed and screen recorded everything and then they leaked it. So at least somebody, there's always one person. It may not be on the surface, but there's always one decent person in every sick group. And in this particular group, the person had the decency to leak this chat thread so that you could really see what these young, your future, this is the people who you're going to vote for and put into office and power. This is how they feel. This is how they talk. And when they grow up, well, he said they're kids. I don't know how much more growing up 35 is to grow up. But we'll say the 20-something-year-olds, because there are a couple of them in there. When they reach their 30s and 40s, they will be well-seasoned racists, right? These are people who will hide behind their authority to commit their acts of hate towards the people they don't like. These are the people who grow up to be your lawmakers and your sheriffs and your police officers and your military sergeants. These are the people who come into these workspaces, these work environment where you're supposed to be on the same accord. These are the people who come into these spaces and abuse their authority or do worse. This is something that everybody should be mindful of. If you fall in any of the categories they were discussing in this chat thread here, you should be very, very concerned. If you're on the inside, on that particular side, and you haven't woken up yet, I would suggest you go and read these chat messages so you could see what they really think of you, right? Please wake up and smell the coffee, as we like to say. Please wake up and smell the coffee. This stuff is as real as it gets, right? And it's only going to get worse. So please be aware of the people that you're electing and putting into power. Dig them down, find every old tweet thread. There's social media, nothing can hide. Anything you put on the internet stays on the internet. Find that digital footprint, dig them down. Know every tweet, everything they ever sent, every joke, everything, before you put them in power over your life. Otherwise, this chat messages will come to fruition. This is not just idle talk. These are people who are talking about what they would like to do if they had the authority to do so. You know, like the young version of Stephen Miller. Let that sink in. Yeah, the Grim Reaper. Let that sink in. These are the people who are in training to be the future. That should be very concerning to every single taxpayer. Black, white, brown, yellow, green, pink, purple, it don't really matter. Because if you don't look like a certain particular type of color, you fall under all of the above. Okay? I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys. If you didn't get a chance to see it, watch it again when I re-upload it. I don't want to play the video again. It's quite disgusting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Stay up and stay blessed. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you guys. And we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.